Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Starladder Season 9 coverage. The Chinese qualifiers continue. We've got day 2 of 3. I'm Zayori. With me today is Merlini. Are you excited to cast some Chinese Dota tonight?
It's been quite some time since I casted some AZN Dota. So I have a funny story. In Warcraft 3, did you play TDA?
TDA. Team
TDA?
Dota also.
It was just before Throne It and all, the THR and all that stuff. It was anyways, for those of you that play TDA, it was just like you can just like go into a lobby with friends and then you wait for 10 people.
Okay.
So one of my friends who was relatively new to Dota, a white guy, this is relevant.
Okay.
He like after a while, he's like, "Man, I keep seeing these guys with this like AZN tag. Are they some clan or something? They're pretty good."
Oh my
okay,
God.
and then me and my friend just fucking busted out laughing. It was really funny.
I mean, that's about all you can do in a situation like that. Yeah, it must be a clan. I don't know. It's a
Yeah.
pretty big clan, you know. Area code 123, pretty popular.
It was really good.
Wow.
So now I just call them AZNs all
AZNs.
the time.
Okay, I like it.
I mean, like how this guy must have been a fledgling on the internet though.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you figure that one out in like 6th grade with Google, like pre-Google, man. I was like dogpiling that shit.
But it was when Warcraft 3 had all those clan tags. So to be fair,
it did look like a legitimate clan.
Yeah, it did.
It did. Oh.
And there was a team called Team AZN or
Team
Clan
AZN.
but
Yeah, I wonder what it stood for.
I don't
Just
know either.
a cool combination of letters.
It looks cool.
It looks cool. All right, well, we've got our draft underway for Game 1 now. Guys, remember this format is much different from the American qualifiers. It's a 4-team round robin. Everyone seems to hate that word, but a round robin, how do you define a round robin, Merlini?
Everyone plays everyone
Everyone
else.
plays. Exactly. That's how I define it.
I don't really like the term round robin either.
Why? What's wrong with it?
It's just
What word would you prefer to describe the structure?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know why it's a robin, but it's just, I mean, that's just the word for it.
It just doesn't.
So you can't look at a double elimination bracket and say, man, I don't want to call it double elimination.
It's like, you know, when there's a draft like it's like a if you've drafted for fantasy football, they call it a snake draft, and it makes sense because it like winds around, right? Like what the hell is a round robin? It's just like a fat little bird. I don't know.
Just the robin goes around, hits all the other robins, so you know
that
which
doesn't
robin
make
wins.
sense. It's not as makes sense as like a snake draft. Snake draft makes sense.
I mean I'll admit it's a better name, but
round robin. There could be a better name for this.
Okay, fair enough. So it is a 4-team round robin. Everyone plays everyone.
Don't use that word.
So it's so it's only 3 nights of coverage. That's what I'm getting at here. After this first best of 2 tonight, we'll be at the halfway point for the Chinese.
It's not even a
qualifier.
true round robin though, because every team plays the other team twice, right?
Well, they play each other in a mass. They match up in a best of 2. So they
I
play
thought there
everybody
were
twice.
6. No, there's 6 series, right? There's 4 teams.
4 teams.
6 series. 6 BO2s.
Yes.
So that means each team plays each other twice.
10 seconds.
Oh wow, are you right?
I'm pretty sure.
Totally wrong?
Because
here?
because if you
5 seconds remaining.
No. They play.
Oh, okay.
They play each.
Oh no. Okay, it is wrong. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
wrong. I don't even know what I was thinking.
Great math there, Mr. Math.
No, see, if round robin were more descriptive, I wouldn't run into this problem. Okay, but no one knows what the hell round robin is. Like, if you don't actually know the term, how are you gonna figure out what it is?
I feel like this is Zayori versus the world. I like the term round robin.
I think it's terrible.
I feel like
I think it could be better. Okay.
My problem here is we haven't come up with a better word. What
Okay,
should I
well,
call it
okay.
instead?
Oh my gosh, this draft is almost finished.
Yeah, they're cruising.
Well, there's nothing special about the draft.
There's only 4 heroes picked.
It's the same thing we've seen before, like Visage, Veno, Big Surprise.
Looks strikingly similar to the drafts I saw last night.
Nature's Prophet and Timbersol, probably the most popular offlaners. Crystal Maiden, a hero that's like fallen off a little bit in popularity, but still very popular. Lifesteal and Shadow Demon, 6.78, hot picks, but now they're back. So I mean, they're like grabbing a little bit from 6.79, grabbing a little bit from 6.78, but nothing new, nothing novel.
Yeah.
10 seconds
Okay,
remaining.
so now that we've cleared up all the analysis for this draft,
5
we can
seconds
talk about
remaining.
the format more. Anyway, there are 2 best of 2s tonight, so there are 4 matches.
Reserve
This is
time.
game 1 of 4. We'll see NE versus HGT for 2 games, and then after that it will be DT.
Do you know what
versus
NE stands
CIS.
for?
I haven't a clue. Your guess is as good as mine.
New
Would
England.
you care to
Well,
gauge?
every time I see NE, I think New
Patriots?
England or I mean, especially with like the I don't know.
I
It
think
looks like
the state abbreviation, but I don't remember which state it is. Is that Nebraska?
I guess so. Yeah,
I think it
Nebraska could be
Omaha, Nebraska.
Northeast.
Northeast.
Northeast
I have no
Gaming.
clue. I don't think this Chinese team is named after the Northeast.
It
but
could be, dude.
They could be.
Zephyr is named after the west wind.
Yeah, but that's
Why
because
not just
they're
the
not Asian. They're from the west.
Intermediate direction. Well, they're from the east. They could be from the northeast.
The northeast. Okay.
I have no idea. Well, the thing is,
I
see,
guess it's all relative.
their logo
right?
is not very descriptive either.
Just they're flying. Yeah,
They're flying
an N
from the
flying through a
northeast.
circle.
See, the wings are pointing
I
towards
know
the northeast.
DT stands for Dream Team. I know that
Okay,
one.
nice. I always think Dark Templar when I think DT.
Yeah, and HGT.
Hearts get together.
Is that really it?
I think so.
Oh,
yeah.
that's nice. I
Is
like
it?
that.
I mean, that's what it was in WPCAs. I don't
know.
know if it's the same team. It should be.
On my inside Reddit info, the team names are not spelled
Okay,
out.
I
They're
can
just-
double
they're
check
just
this.
abbreviated, so I'm not entirely sure.
Give me a second.
Radiant team pick.
But Hearts get together. They were a team around in WPC Ace, and they've been Cupid's Hearts. Hearts get together. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the same team.
Okay, cool. They're
They're not bad.
no.
They were like the bottom of the barrel in WPC Ace, but there was a lot of good competition.
Well, yeah.
There were two teams that were just like absolute butt. They were like just a loss versus every other team, but all the other teams were pretty good. But those two, dude, what they were like 0-13 or something like that.
Okay.
But in the games that I watched,
That
they
tends to happen in big round robins.
it does. But at the same time, they're not that bad.
Reserve
Okay.
time.
That's good. I mean,
There's some 0-13. They're just like, why are they even in this league? But at the same time,
I mean,
I'm
somebody's
like,
got to be there.
somebody has to be the bottom.
If you have that many slots, I mean, that's what happens in the Starladder group stage. Every
is it gonna?
season.
Hopefully, it doesn't happen this Starladder.
Well, yeah, this format's a little bit different. This is the truly
Yeah.
global format where it fills in a
So
little better.
they are not like the what was the team that was just awful in Starladder Europe? Oh,
And you
Dusa.
said we weren't going to have any crazy
Oh
picks.
yeah, I'm a liar. That's
Look
good.
at that, Medusa.
So Medusa's a little strange here. Firstly, they don't have any physical damage to synergize with it, with the ultimate. So like generally when I see Medusa, I see another physical damage dealer. In case Medusa gets shut down, her ultimate's still useful. But without that, they have like a lot of magic damage. Firstly, Venostorm and Shadow Demon, and then Timbersaw with the pure damage. So like no one's gonna be dumping out right click damage except for Medusa. During that Stone Gaze. So she has to get pretty big. And then she has to contend with a Life Stealer as well as a Doombringer. Life Stealer, he will be able to get Stone Gaze through his Rage. So
Merlini, I need your help.
okay.
How do I make my mini map go
Prepare
back to
for
dots?
battle.
instead
You
of
go
names?
to
Oh wait,
the-
it did it by itself. How did I
Whoa.
do that?
I don't know.
It's magic.
NE equals new element. Hey, dude, he's
Oh,
he's
there we
listening.
go.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks.
you, Tusky.
Tusky's the best.
This guy's a
We were
badass.
talking about
I
him
like it.
before.
Yeah.
Before the game came in and like Hearts get together, it was a little late. I was like, Hearts get your shit together because they were late.
Dude,
and
Tusky
then
was-
Tusky's like dropping the hammer.
Yeah, man, he's
I
cracking
know.
the whip. He's like, guys, you have 2 minutes. Get your team in here, or you're getting a penalty. I like admins that step up. It's one of the things I like. About
I like
this
other
format.
people that lay down the law. I don't want to have to do it all the time.
Yeah, it's just nice, and I do like that these teams are tagged up appropriately. And with that, let's go ahead and look at these rosters a little bit. How are they going to lane this? We've got Hearts get together on our Radiant side. Johnny will be on the position 1 Medusa, S on the Shadow Demon, and Q on the Venomancer for a little bit of
30
bottom lane,
seconds
tri
to
lane.
battle.
1-1-1-1 playing on the Storm Spirit in the mid lane. That's a bit of a mouthful. And in the off lane here, we've got 3-3-3.
On the other side, we have NE. Thanks to Tusky. They're called New Element Gaming. We have Shiki on the Doom. Looks like he will be in the 1 position. He has gotten pulled a couple of tangos. We have AA on the Crystal Maiden and... Oh, actually, wait. Lifestealer is in the 1 position. And then we have a Doom Jungle that got pulled. And then in the mid, we will see a Visage.
The battle
Why? What is
begins.
going on here?
Well, I think Doom might
Dude,
start the jungle
okay.
and
It's,
then go mid.
it's that thing again.
That thing where he gets
where the
to creep
supports.
and-
Yeah.
Yeah.
So...
yeah,
And the
Visage-
Visage has some AZN characters, so I don't really know what to call him. I'll just call him Visage. And Alex, he has a genuine Scythe of Ice. What the hell's a Scythe of Ice, dude? Where did that item come from? Have you seen this?
Legendary?
It's a genuine Scythe of Ice, legendary
Dude,
scythe.
that thing's sick.
That thing is awesome.
I've never seen that before. Where did that come from?
That thing's almost as cool. That's cooler than the Scythe of Ice. That's
Yeah.
a cool name. That's a cool. This guy has the best cosmetics in this
Purple
game.
legendary? Yeah. Wow. All right. Nature's Prophet. Look at you, big guy.
I know. He has to show off his money, his bling bling, man.
Yeah. His bling.
So he has his boots first, but there is a Venom wrapping around behind. He is going to die if he gets Galed. Venom hasn't skilled yet, but it looks like he's a little bit too far away, and Shadow Demon's nowhere in position. Had Shadow Demon been like right around here, I think that would have been an easy kill. However, Treants were messing around a little bit and scouting for them, and they also had a reserve reward on the bottom rune, so that will be an unsuccessful gank.
But Veno still gets that first illusion rune. And Doom has since rotated into the mid lane. Looks like he ate one of those Dark Troll summoners, and he's got an ensnare.
Pump it up, dude.
We do, yeah. Let me crank up the sticks on our end. I know how much you like those game sounds.
I like it, dude. It also helps me see what's on hear what's on your screen.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, there's that Storm Spirit.
So we have a double equal sign come out. Classic kitty face. Have you seen the kitty face?
Classic kitty face? No, why don't you show us the
it's
kitty
a kitty
face? Oh, that face.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the kitty face?
I think so.
I never knew what that. What does it mean? If someone says
I think it's like the whiskers, or it's like I don't know.
Is it the
well,
same?
The thing is, you can't actually type hyphen. If you type hyphen dot hyphen, it doesn't actually show.
I thought the second one that I posted is the cat face.
You can do that. That's a cat face too.
Do they mean the same thing?
I don't know. I always imagine like the equal dot equals as like a cat. It's like his eyes are squinted and then there's like whiskers.
Yeah, but what does it mean? Like I'm talking to somebody and they send me that back. Should I think, okay, they're
it's just a
hungry
cute
for
face.
a saucer of milk? Or like, I mean, what do you want if you send me the cat face?
It's just like, hey, here's something cute to distract your attention.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think the one with the 3 is like the cat smile, but it's sort of like the shy, like if someone's like, oh, you're really cute, then you can do the little cat face, like, ah, shy,
I don't know.
smiley.
I don't really like having to turn my head.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the ones that are actually, like, you know.
Oh, just straight. Okay,
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. The only one that I don't like is the capital D before the colon. That's kind of like, it's appropriate sometimes, but it looks kind of
Yeah.
looks a little wonky.
I think these players need a etiquette class and smiley faces.
Etiquette class and smileys. Yeah, looks like we are having some connection issues though here, unfortunately. So Medusa versus Lifestealer. Who's the harder carry, Merlini? We're talking in a vacuum here.
In a vacuum, I think Lifestealer wins just because he can bash. Like you just get a basher and you just bash to do so. What can she do? It's pretty simple. But aside from that,
absorb it with her mana shield.
Yeah, and then not do any damage. Oh, I mean, you can like Stone Gaze, but he can just infest. So it's like, it's not the greatest.
Stone Gaze is a trump card over Rage, though.
It is.
So that's something.
That is something.
But that's all.
That's about all. They also have Doom for her. But yeah, in a vacuum one-on-one situation, Lifestealer wins. Okay. But this is that's really not fair because Lifestealer has almost all single target like damage and abilities, and Medusa has Split Shot, Mystic Snake, and Stone Gaze, all of which are AoE. Right. And she's generally like she's like considered a tank, I'd say, over a damage dealer, at least in the first like 20 minutes.
Yeah, and Lifestealer comes online a little bit earlier. I mean, once he gets an armlet, maybe some drums, he can start moving around, set up some ganks with Infest.
Oh, we're ready.
She can't really do that. She kind of.
Yeah, they have the secondary source of damage though with the Storm Sphere, but I did not really like her in this line. I don't like picking him versus her versus Lifestealer because of that basher. Like Lifestealer is going to be able to get farmed because Dusa can't create space at all.
Uh-oh, Timbersaw, he's in some trouble. He will Timber Chain forward, and comes the open wounds. 3-3-3.
Man, he's still going for that last hit. This guy is like, what?
There's the Crystal Maiden. She'll come in and secure the first blood. He really wanted that Centaur.
He really did.
To his credit, he finished it, so at least he got what he came for. Oh, Courier in the mid. Wow.
That thing has 2 hits, man. The thing has too much. It's too hard to kill early. Yeah. Like, as a melee hero, you're not going to chase it unless you have, like, Blink or something.
That Courier was asking for it.
Yeah. Well, it's a Courier bait, dude. If he goes for it, he's probably going to get owned.
The cuter the Courier, the more likely it is to get killed.
Yeah, that's true. There was a bug with the Red Hoof Courier. It would just like showed the shadow of it, so it was like an invisible Courier.
He's
all good. He's all good.
Yeah. All right, 3-3-3. He will survive that time. So good news for the Dire side. They've picked up 1 kill to get the ball rolling a little bit here. A little gold lead, but Experience Edge still going the way of HGT. Looks like Storm Spirit doing pretty well in the mid lane, sitting 16-5 against the 12-3 Doom.
Any support just moves so much more. First, we had Visage sit in the mid lane, and then both of them rotated top for a kill. Now they're smoking mid, and it looks like 1-1-1-1 is about to take a spill. He does need to get netted first, and yep, there he goes, and he is gone. I mean, they didn't even need Visage. Visage is he got a smoked, I think, pop by the tower.
He barely even got gold or experience for that.
Yeah, he's like, hey guys, I'm just here for show. But they almost didn't even need the Crystal Maiden for the first blood on top too. But Timbersaw, I don't think would have died.
Yeah, I think that one was necessary. They didn't have that Centaur as bait. It would have been much more difficult. Ooh, Venomancer. He'll rotate bottom here at the 4-minute mark, looking for a rune. It will spawn top, and Visage will camp it out. And to complement what you said about these supports on the Dire side, they're helping out the rune control quite a bit. We saw support on each rune, and Doom will bottle up.
HGT only had one there. or one hero at the rune.
Yeah.
And the thing is, they're not that far behind in levels, too. Visage is level 3, on par with the Shadow Demon who's been pulling. Crystal Maiden is 3.5, compared to the Venom, 3.5 too. So the supports they're getting their levels as well as killing people, and that's exactly what you want from a support, at least this early in the game.
And I'm rather curious how Medusa's going to build. We've seen an array of different skill builds. A lot of them involve getting early stat points.
You should always get at least 1 point of mana shield.
All right, the value
shield
point.
It's so good.
All right, we've talked about the value point a little bit. Whoa, Alex ports up top, 3-3-3. Well, he'll bite the bullet once again. That's going to make it 3-0 here, as luck may have it. NE picking up a quick advantage, a 1,500 gold lead already, and they do take the experience edge.
Yeah, this is looking pretty brutal, and Medusa, she needs space created for her pretty darn bad. Darn bad.
Well, she has space. That is one redeeming quality for HGT. The problem is this Lifestealer is just out-farming her because he's got at least 2 assists under his belt now. Medusa with boots into the Basilius. Was thinking perhaps she may go a Midas, but she will go ahead and grab the Power Treads. If she wanted to pick up a Midas, I think she could get away with it because she has so much space down bottom, but I suppose they anticipate a little pressure coming her way, especially now that Doom is level 6. He may choose to utilize that ultimate. And speak of the devil, he'll throw it on Storm.
Oh, he like ran back in there. Why'd he turn around, bro?
I don't know, but they will secure this kill. In comes the Shadow Demon, and I think he's going to port to his death. He disrupts the Doom, but it's still a 3v1. The tower pushes back Crystal Maiden. In comes the Venomancer.
Oh, nice block.
Wow. Oh, yeah, look at that value ward.
That was a good block. Looks like he's probably going to die. There's no way he's...
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no. Alex
comes in. He
what
joins
a player.
the party, looking to finish off the Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon gets another disruption off. Doom does fall to the Veno, but they should be able to secure the kill on Demon. Yes, they do. And Alex will pay for it as Storm rejoins the battle. So it ends up being kind of an awkward exchange.
He was super greedy.
Yeah, what was just a free kill ends up being a 2-for-2.
Yeah, and Storm and Doom both died. Nature's Prophet is just leaving Dusa down a farm bottom, and Dusa is not that great in lane either. It looks like she is going for the Max Mystic Snake, 1 value point in mana shield, as well as stats. And then, obviously, Stone Gaze at level 6. So, I've seen a lot of different builds out from Dusa. I've actually seen, like, well, that should not happen. Lifestealer getting... I watched the tail end of it, but that shouldn't happen, especially when he has 2 points in Timber Chain. Anyways, I've seen a lot of builds on Dusa. I've seen a HOD stack build, which is not bad because she's very good at doing Ancients. I've seen Lincoln's First, which is alright if you need a fight early. It's okay versus Doom. It's not amazing. I've seen Midas, greedy builds too, but the typical build is Lincoln's, Manta into Butterfly, and then Scotty. That's probably the most tried and true, and it works best in. It's the most versatile build. It works in like most situations.
That's a lot of ultimate orbs.
It is. Well, she needs stats. She synergizes very well with stats. You get the damage from the Agi. You get a lot of survivability with the strength and the intel.
Yeah, she's really the only hero that truly benefits from every single stat.
Oh, we see 111 about to jump on Alex. He has his Midas, so he won't lose that much gold, and he TP's out. Wow, he could have zipped earlier. Oh, why the hesitation? 1111. You wasted your time.
Afraid of blowing that mana pool.
I know, but yeah, why would he be afraid of blowing his mana pool too? He just wasted so much time. I don't actually know if they could have killed him though, because he would have had to jump pretty far.
Yeah. Visage in some trouble. Timbersaw gets a little bit of vengeance. Ooh, hilarious. Visage just in the wrong place at the wrong time right there, and they will converge on him. Storm.
Yeah, they have wards like everywhere though. They have Venom wards here, here, and here. So if he walks anywhere in the area, they're gonna scout him out. So as soon as they know that he's there, he should not be on their side of the river.
So let's get the gold graph once again. NE still getting the better of the gold farm experience, just about dead even. Medusa and Lifestealer, they're both in pretty much free farm heaven. Medusa will go for the Ring of Health, so it appears she will be going for a Lincoln's First. And what's ZCD? Yep, on the Lifestealer. He's gonna go phase drum, so he does have an Orb of Venom already as well.
Yeah, so looking at this game, they need to kill Dusa. Like, Dusa's not terribly difficult to shut down early. Like, you really want her shut her down in, like, the 10 to 17, 18-minute mark, like, right before she get her Lincoln Sphere, and you can just punish her so heavily. But at the same time, they really need Doom to kill her, because she can just Stone Gaze TP, and they only have one disable besides, or Crystal Maiden's Frostbite. Aside from that, Doom's really needs to be there. So, I would say that they should start pressuring her before she gets her ultimate orb, I'd say.
Yeah.
She didn't actually need the Ring of Health. She wasn't coming under any sort of harass. Like if you're in a situation as a free farm, you want to go for the ultimate orb usually as opposed to the Ring of Health if you're in an uncontested lane. Because firstly, it's more expensive. Secondly, it actually gives you a lot more survivability during burst ganks because you need max HP versus Doom, and it's just better overall.
Yeah. And this Doom already picked up 1 kill with his ultimate as soon as he hit level 6. It's off cooldown again, and I'd like to see Shiki start moving around the map, make good use of that cooldown. Sure, it's great to have a farm Doom, but with the Lifestealer farming away, I think shutting down Dusa is definitely a higher priority than Doom getting what looks like to be a Vanguard.
I think if Dusa and Lifestealer are on equal farm, I think the Dusa team will win because they have to worry about the Storm Spirit too. Like, you probably should do Storm Spirit over Medusa, at least early on in the game. And they have defensive disrupts too, so it's like not terribly easy to burst any of these heroes down.
Well, our Dire side will start pressuring the top tier 1 tower. Alex on the Nature's Prophet has rotated up. They force out the Radiant Glyph. Medusa, with the space that's created down bottom, will start pressuring this tower with the Veno wards. Wrath of Nature helps clean up the wave. And I think the top, yep, they will grab that tower kill first. They might even be able to port down and save this tower.
Veno should have been there to defend with wards. He will do it at T2, but it's a little bit too late. I think he could have at least delayed the T1 by like maybe 1 wave. 30 seconds for 4 people is a lot of time.
This is a 5-man rotation to the top lane, so they are going to commit to this tier 2 tower push. Doom with an ultimate
Veno is
available.
so good at turtling though. They cannot push into this. Chakram plus Veno wards, like goodbye to your push.
Yeah.
So this is. It was nice getting the first tower, and they caught Hearts get together a little bit unprepared for that, but I assume Veno should be there for most of the later pushes and just level up wards. He has level 4 wards, level 2 Poison Sting. Looks like he is in the wrong place at the wrong time, though, and will just die to the Lifestealer. Or, like, he should place Plague Wards over here, so that doesn't happen to him.
Oh, zip forward. He does get the Vortex on the Lifestealer. Nuke damage comes out from the Visage. So Lifestealer, he has the Infest available. Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't infest him.
Yeah, he was looking for it, but couldn't find it. Doom Ultimate comes out. The defensive disruption, but we'll just buy him a couple of seconds. All the while, Medusa pressures the bottom tier 1 tower and does finish it off.
I think that's worth it for Hearts to get together. They lose a Timber and the Veno. Timber's not that farmed anyways, but they got the Lifestealer and they freed up space for Medusa. Medusa's actually TPing mid, which is surprising since Veno's already alive, but looks like the Mystic Snake will be more than sufficient AoE to deal with this push. And yeah, I mean, NE, they're putting pressure, but I don't think it's the right sort of pressure. They don't need tower pressure because Hearts Get Together has a pretty good anti-push lineup.
Yeah, they need pressure.
Yeah, they need kill Medusa. That's pretty much what they need, and they need to kill Storm.
Yeah. You know, do you ever feel like that Medusa's hair should have more snakes? She's only got a couple.
Yeah, I think she could have more.
I mean, didn't the real Medusa, like, I picture, like...
if you look at her portrait, she actually has 4.
Yeah, just
like
4.
She has 2 on the left side, 2 on the right side. So I think, like, what we're seeing from her model right now is...
Still 4's not very many.
No, she has 6.
6?
If you look a little bit closer at her, yeah, she has 6.
Okay, that's still... Like, when I picture Medusa in my head, it's like a little curly top Shirley Temple of snakes, you know? It's like a million, you can't even count them. But,
yeah.
You know, like the, in Monsters, Inc., the Mike Wazowski's girlfriend?
I don't remember. I don't recall.
No? We were just talking about Pixar movies at dinner. I figured I could bond with you here, but I guess...
I watched the first one. It was a long time ago,
The
though.
first one? The second one's good. Monsters, Inc., or what is it?
University?
Yeah, Monsters University. It's good. I laughed. I laughed hard.
That's always good in a movie. Well, now looking at the gold graph, I think the gold graph is really important in this game too. So 1,500 gold difference, that's just 1 tower. So looking at this, and they have the right idea, but it got scouted out by Timbersol. Timbersol really well played with that, even though it was completely unintentional. Looks like Johnny is going to go out a little bit too far though. Yep. Oh wow. I mean that I think that's more luck than anticipation. Definitely. But at the same time, I mean, still right place, right time.
Yeah, Timbersol was just farming away in the neutrals, but that delays the smoke, or prevents the smoke gank. And Medusa survives. Meanwhile...
That's a lot of wasted time, too.
Yeah. Doom is not farming. He's level 9, and do I dare ask how you feel about this Vanguard first on Doom?
Terrible. Johnny.
They'll dive it. Johnny, he actually uses the ultimate here. Shiki does have the Doom available still. Storm Spirit's hopped in. He's zipping around. They secure the kill on Alex to start off this fight. Venomous Gale flies. They secure the kill on Venomancer. Shiki Did throw the ultimate out.
Dire's middle tower
Not
is
sure
under
where he
attack.
threw it out. Was it just on the Veno?
It was on the 1111 Storm Spirit.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, there it is. And they'll get a kill on the Timber. So it is a 1-for-1 already, but now Storm, the Doom will expire. He doesn't have too much mana.
Timber bought back too. They want to go
good
back
enough.
in.
And they can actually turn. Storm has enough for a zip forward, maybe a Vortex if he's careful.
The dude has an infest. This won't be a kill. I'm not actually sure why he TP'd on T2 instead of the T1. I'm also not sure why he bought back because Storm wasn't like at like full
Dire's
tip-top
middle
shape.
tower is under
I
attack.
think he actually could have gotten away had he Magic Stick before he did that last Timber Chain. It would have been pretty close. He had 7 Magic Stick charges before he Timber Chain. But all in all, not that bad. Storm and Medusa, neither of them die. And I think Doom dies yet again. So, yeah, I mean, Vanguard is nice, but you still die. It's like, item is just not very good.
Yeah, I mean, they do need a front liner. They've got life
The mech,
stealers
man.
that
If
are
he had a
scary,
mech
but-
there, like,
Yeah.
man, that would have been so ownage.
You're right, actually. Visage did go Medallion first, so he's not even rushing a mech. That might have been a better choice for this Doom. It gives you the tankiness,
It's a way
but
better choice.
also a
He
lot
needs
of
armor. He has
utility.
1 armor. He was tanking tower. You're going to get obliterated by that.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Doom
Radiant's
has no armor.
bottom
Maybe if he
tower
was
is
carrying
under
around
attack.
the Ice Ogre and he could
Dire's
buff
middle
himself with
tower
Ice
is
armor,
under
Yeah.
attack.
then I could see this build making a little bit more sense, but
The
Dire's
damage block is
structures are
before mitigation
fortified.
too, so it's
Radiant
just it does not
structures
scale
are
very well at all.
fortified.
Well, looks like they are trying to go for a 1-for-1. Shiki does have ultimate up in just 5 seconds time. We see AA on the Crystal Maiden coming in from the D2, and there is the
wow.
kind of TP from Nature Prophet, but he will not actually go. So tower count is now 2-1 in favor of NE, and gold graph about 3,000 gold, so they're doing pretty well for just a 1 tower advantage. But the Dusa still has not died, she's closing in on her Lincoln Sphere, just about 600 gold away. Life Stealer TP's top to defend against that, and
Dusa TP's out. She'll
Yep.
just port bottom and
she needs to
start
farm.
farming this safe lane now that's pushed all the way in. So Medusa's doing quite well. As you mentioned, she's avoided death, but she's also level 11. The experience graph might be a little bit more telling of the momentum, as HGT are actually up by just about 800 or so. They've been continually finding better farm. Up top, Lifestealer, he's in some trouble. Storm will empty out that mana pool as he zips around. Rage used, Timbersaw in hot pursuit. Looks like the Venomancer will try and cut him off. Plague Wards, there's the Venomous Gale. Actually will burn the Poison Nova as well. The Vortex, I think Lifestealer
So much burst from the Timbersaw.
Yep. And now Shiki, ultimate has already been used. Oh, Crystal Maiden will get interrupted. Compliments of the Shadow Demon. Now perhaps in some trouble. Alex joins the fray. Crystal Maiden. Oh, the Chakram will be enough to finish her off. Perhaps they'll get a return kill on the Shadow Demon. Yes, they do.
I think did he block his own teammate with his Plague Ward? I'm not actually sure. It looked like he was stuck, but that might have just been a misclick from him. So all in all, a 2-for-1. I don't know what Lifestealer was doing. He was just in a very bad position, and he could have just infested a creep too. But instead, he just chose to like run this really ridiculous path. He couldn't rage TP because his TP was on cooldown, trying to defend the tower from Dusa. His teammates were nowhere around, and he was just caught at the secret shop without rage. And I really do like that rage cooldown nerf, though. I think that was really important in nerfing Lifestealer. I think it was, what, 15 seconds cooldown before?
That sounds right.
I think it was like, and then I think it got like nerfed once and then maybe nerfed again. But regardless, it definitely got nerfed, and that hurts him a lot, which is good. Lifestealer was OP.
Yeah, and it makes you think
Dire's
about
top
when to
tower
use
is
that
under
cooldown.
attack.
I know before it was like, it's like
Yeah.
going to be up again.
And
It
it's
was
too
like,
much uptime.
yeah, way too much.
Yeah, that whole risk return thing, you could just kind of throw it willy-nilly.
And it's instant cast.
Yeah.
Dire's top
Yeah,
tower
you used to be
is
able to sort
under
of use it
attack.
preemptively, and now you can still use it preemptively a little bit, but a little bit more reactionary, perhaps.
Early Roshan attempt comes out. There is a medallion out on Visage. Roshan already down to 2/3 HP. There is no way that HGT can contest it. There is Lincoln Sphere on Medusa. She does have 470 gold after the Lincoln Sphere complete. I also think you need a magic stick on Medusa just because mana is just so important. Mana is for
You need a
life.
magic stick on every hero. There's one thing I know about Dota is magic stick broken item in this game.
Everyone has it except for Doombringer. Nature's Prophet. Nature's Prophet doesn't need
No,
it. I
Doom
don't
has
think.
one.
Oh, Doom has one?
Yeah.
Oh, Nature's Prophet and
Medusa.
Medusa.
The only two.
I think MP can get away with it though.
Yeah.
Because he just like TP's in and he's like out of the fight most of the time. He's cleaning
Yeah,
out.
he's trying to.
Oh,
wrap.
there's an infested Shiki or infested
Yeah, it's Infested Cheeky.
Yeah, Infested Cheeky. He has Blink Dagger. He will find Q. You do not. That's the wrong target. Well, that's about as good as the game goes. Like, they have the Aegis, and all they lose is a Venomancer for a Infest and a Smoke. And the T1 tower, I suppose.
And the Blink has been revealed. So, well, they get a kill out of it. They get the Tier 1 tower mid, so this is good news for Team NE. They are pressuring in now.
This is good now. Like, when they can pressure T2s, that's a different story than just taking the T1s out. So this is the right play against a Medusa, and they have to do something though. They can't just passively free farm, and they've taken down a lot of objectives. Taken down all 3 T1s. They've killed the Venomancer, so this is a pretty good time to push. They've also taken down the tower or taken down Roshan, but Lifestealer not in any fighting shape. He does have his armlet, so he's pretty farmed too. 94 CS, even though he does have 2 deaths, he's still 60 CS behind a Medusa.
Yeah, she's been farming really effectively. She was #1 on the net worth before that tower mid fell. And now that they've cleared up the creep wave, she's actually moved back to that top position. Like you've said a few times, she has yet to take a spill. 0-0-1. They've given her a lot of space.
That's like your ideal Medusa score.
Yeah.
No deaths. No kills.
No deaths, no kills. You're just farming away. She does have, well, the beginnings of a Yasha, and it looks like she'll be taking heed to your advice, my friend. Lincoln's into Manta to get things started.
The build's too good, man.
Yeah.
It's too good. Well, one thing about it, too, they don't really have anything that can kill illusions. So once she's, so Doom, the way the initiation is going to go later, Doom's going to try and blink in with an infested lifesteal and then try and kill Medusa, Doomdusa, and he's going to have to pop the Lincoln Sphere first. So he's going to have to blink in. He's going to have to either toss a net. Actually, I don't know if net is blocked by Lincoln's because it's physical. He's going to have to blink in, level death, and then Doom. So if she can Manta before that happens, they're not going to be able to find her in time.
Yeah. That's true. I'm pretty sure net gets blocked by Lincoln's. I'm almost positive.
Yeah, it's physical though. It's a little strange how that interacts. It does get Naga's net gets blocked too, so I'm pretty sure it would get blocked.
Yeah.
I'm not positive on that.
Most targeted spells. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about magic damage. It's just spells. It does say most, so maybe.
There's always an exception in Dota.
Yeah, Dota mechanics, man. Dota mechanics 101. There's always an exception.
Yeah, like Nyx Assassin's Impale takes off Lincoln's even though it's like ground targeted now. Or point targeted it. I don't know.
Well, that's just a relic from the past because it used to be able to. It used to be targeted. So
it's still like an AOE though, right?
Yeah. Well,
Arrow used to block it or pop Lincoln's.
Well, that one's weird. I know Fissure gets popped by Lincoln's.
Yeah.
That one's weird.
They're all weird.
You target.
There's always exceptions, man. Like.
Yeah. Well, usually it's whenever the ability has the option to target. Like Fissure, you can actually target on someone.
It comes from Dota 1, like they were all triggered spells.
Yeah, yeah.
So
it's like the classification of spell.
Yeah.
So even if it's not targeted on the person, the spell still has the ability to be targeted on.
Not Arrow.
Not Arrow though. That one's really weird. I didn't know that.
In Dota 1 it did. I don't think it does in Dota 2.
Yeah, that's craziness.
Crazy talk.
Crazy talk. You crazy. Well, Visage does have a mech up here for Team NE. He has the.
They're gonna try. They're trying to kill Adusa without the lifesteal, without the Doom. That's not happening, buddy.
Yeah, especially now that she has the Lincolns up and the Yasha. She's cruising.
Does the split shot hit the familiars? Familiars. Oh, it doesn't. It's gonna get nerfed.
Yeah, I reckon to say no.
I think as she targets it, it'll hit, and then it'll hit everything else. So it's kind of like towers. Like if you don't specifically target a tower, it won't hit it. But if you
hit the tower, it'll split.
It'll split. So
yes, I think that's right. Because the familiars, they're not immune to physical damage. That's the one thing.
Yeah, but why shouldn't it target though? Like
because they're immune to AOE. The whole thing with the familiars is if they take AOE damage, they're just too easy to kill. You just pick anyone that does AOE.
Yeah, but like I don't know, like a rock golem's immune to AOE damage too, but it still gets targeted by split shot.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
I don't know.
I don't know. I can't.
This is familiar's OP, man.
Those
Let's
birds.
see. Come on, go up and attack them. Let's see.
Go hit these birds. Come on, Medusa, man up. We need to
for science. Come on. Please, Medusa.
It's just write him an email. Come on, man. It's for science.
But no, she won't do it.
I learned today that Visage identifies as an it. He does not have a gender. So
really?
There are genderless people. Yeah. Gravechill, look at how it's worded. Visage drains movement and attack speed of the target, gaining it for itself.
Itself.
He refers to himself as an
the second one says Visage gains a soul charge when damage taken by all heroes around him reaches the damage threshold.
Oh snap.
If he receives damage from a player, one layer's movement takes time. Yeah, Gravekeeper's Clip says he.
Well, this is just inconsistent. I don't know what to think.
Dota is all about inconsistencies, though. Well, this has been a relatively passive 20 minutes, but I still think it works in Deuce's favor. She needs her Manta style, I think, before her big fight starts. Also, she needs level 4 split shot. Also, Lifestealer still has the Aegis. So they're waiting for all these factors combined.
Dire's
Max
top
split shot,
tower is under
Manta,
attack.
Aegis expire, and then I think they can take a fight. They will defend a T2 after that. Right now, they're just going to try and delay them as much as possible. There's a Plague Ward, there's a Chakram, there's the Venomous Gale, but they aren't really scared at all, but they're going to be taking a lot of damage. Look at Lifestealer's health already. He's already at half HP. So that's in no fighting shape. He takes 4 stacks of the poison, and that's the word to back up. He does have Infest if you wanted to heal to full, but at the same time, Aegis is going to expire in 45 seconds. A little bit too risky. Now Johnny has taken out the tower on top. He actually did not get the last hit, so he still will be 800 gold away from his Manta recipe, as well as his ultimate orb.
Yep. And Doom with an
tower
ultimate
is
available
under
is now
attack.
level 11. So they're still hanging around.
I like the way the Venom's
opportunity.
playing though. He's like playing upfront and personal. Like if Doom wants to doom someone, he's going to have to run past a Venomancer,
Yeah.
and that means that Venomancer is going to have to he's going to be plague warding him all the time to disable his blink dagger. He has to get past it, and you don't want to doom the Venomancer under any circumstance in this game.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's he might have died a lot. Three times, and he did get caught out before a couple of pushes, but at the same time he needs to be up front. There needs to be that hero that's not that important that will tank the Doom, and if Venomancer does it, that's the best possible situation. Timbersaw, you don't want tanking it. Storm Spirit, you don't want tanking it either. And there's a Doom that comes out on Johnny, and I don't know. Oh, he did get the Stone Gaze off, but he's just gonna run away.
I was actually tabbed out updating the overlay. I apologize. I didn't have your name on the commentators list, my friend. I just fixed it, though.
Oh, there's another TP. There's a blink. Oh, and he comes in.
Orchid is up on Storm. He does use it on the Doom, and it looks like he'll have created enough space for Johnny to make the escape.
That was a good save.
Yeah, and this is what happens, though. They haven't pressured Medusa at all, and now she's almost at that point where they can't focus her. There was a lot of pressure coming her way there, and she survived relatively easily with just basic team.
They had a very good initiation on her, too. He Wrath of Nature to proc the Lincolns. He sprouted her, and she didn't have a Quelling Blaze, so she couldn't get out. And then they doomed, and then he Blink Stomped to chase her, and then Fury on TP from behind, too. So it was a very good 2-man effort. Had Lifestealer been there, I think she would have been dead.
Too little, too late, though. 25-minute mark. That Deuce Snowball is rolling down the hill. Still number 1 on the net worth chart. Not by much, but just a creep kill or so ahead of that Nature's Prophet. As Team NE continue to try and push here. Oh, initiation forward. A long-range zip from the Storm Spirit. He'll catch the Crystal Maiden.
Good mana management. He had like 90 mana left over.
Oh, they'll get a familiar, maybe? Oh, there's one.
That 100 gold. So looking at the gold graph, which is extremely important right now, 4,000 gold in favor of NE. Looking at the tower count, it is a whopping 3 towers down. Oh,
3 to 4.
yeah, Johnny.
Uh-oh, Johnny's in some trouble. He does have the ultimate on. They'll get turned to stone. Johnny thinking about turning around here. They want to get bold.
Oh, he has Manta Style now, too. Now the time is right for HGT to fight. I do not think they will want to give NE a free Roshan, but at the same time, I'm not really sure if they're going to be in a good position to defend against it. Storm is not that big yet. He has 2,000 gold on top of his Orchid, but it's 26 minutes in, so he's not super farmed. He's number 4 on the last hits. Looking at the net worth chart, he is actually number 5 behind the Lifestealer and the Doombringer. Looks like the Nature's Prophet is getting pretty big, too. He has Necro 3 Midas and a Sheepstick almost, too, so this Mana Burn is going to be very effective against Dusa. Mana Burn's like sick nasty versus Dusa.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point from the Necronomicon. Cuts through that mana shield. Roche will be up in just about a minute, and Medusa's ult will be coming up right around the same time. So if they want to make a hold in the Roche pit, they'll at least have that big ultimate, and I think that will be a necessity. They've got everything else up. The Veno ult as well.
I think
they
that
can make a hold
I think the
in Roche
cooldown should scale for that spell. It should be like 90, 75, 60, I think, for Stone Gaze.
pit. What? Are you crazy? 60?
Yeah.
Dude, Medusa's so good at turtling. You can't push into that ultimate. 60 seconds?
What is she good at besides turtling, though?
Still, 90 seconds I think is generous for this ultimate. Like,
I don't
in the
know.
late- in
I
the
think
late game,
it's like, dude, 60 seconds? Isn't
maybe,
that bad?
Yeah.
Okay, Doom's 100 seconds, okay? Would you rather have a Doom or Stone Gaze?
Stone Gaze. I mean, I guess...
Doom is so much better than Stone Gaze? Are you
well,
kidding?
yeah, I don't know. It depends on the lineup, I guess. I mean, Doom is a better ability to lock one person down, but when you're in that turtle mode, I mean, Medusa's on par with Tinker there. She just stands on the high ground. Once they commit, you just Stone Gaze, and they have to either run away or get turned into rock. You don't have a choice.
Well, Martial Machines is 35-second cooldown, and it achieves the same effect. You either turn away or you just die in the march.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I think that you really think 60 seconds would be good? I mean, Medusa's pretty weak right now, so maybe she does need a little buff.
Why not? The worst thing that happens is they revert it.
Why not? I guess so. That's like an interesting way to think about balance changes.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't like Medusa. She needs buffs though. I think she needs some work.
Yeah,
she needs.
I mean, she is weak sauce. For
like
sure.
Mystic Snake could have faster travel time. I think it's like about as bad as Chain Frost in terms of that regard.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Mana Shield keeps getting buffed. I think it's fine enough as is. Split Shot's pretty strong. 80% damage for 5 targets. That's really strong. So we're talking about 400%.
Oh, Shiki hops forward. He doesn't even get the ultimate off though. The Orchid comes on Storm and Doom just gets obliterated. Visage will suffer a similar fate.
You can Split Shot the Visage Familiars.
Yeah?
Yeah, so what he tried to do, he blinked in, and then he tried to pop the Lincolns, and then he manted, and then they just turn around. Like, are you going to really guess 1 out of 3? And he has no AoE to deal with it.
Yeah.
So that's one very bad part of NE's lineup. They don't have any AoE besides Freezing Field, like Wrath of Nature, but these aren't things that are like, we can instantly identify what an illusion is. They need something like that.
Yeah. Crystal Nova is kind of their only spammable ability that they can just throw out.
She's not going to be in front, though. She's just going to die. It's like, their important heroes don't have it. Neither Doombringer nor Lifestealer. So I think that's, I mean, it was a clever draft from HGT, and it looks like the kill score is even. This gold score is about to be even, too. And Dusa with an even gold score, 3,000 gold in, or 30 minutes in. I said 3,000 because it's about to be 30,000. But you know what I mean.
Yes. 30 minutes in, 3,000 gold, those numbers. They did take the tier 2 tower mid. I think they probably could have taken Roche right there. Well, they don't really have, I don't think they have a medallion, so perhaps not.
They don't have Stone Gaze either.
Yeah.
If we're in a 60-second cooldown, they'd be like, well, we can Roche in.
I mean, there's no doubt that changing it to 60 seconds would be insanely good. That just, it turns it kind of into Chronosphere, kind of, where you can just use it to turtle, but again, I guess Void's kind of weak. So maybe I'm talking out of my ass here. Maybe you're right. Because she's just so weak.
When's the last time you've heard, like, man, Deuce is too strong. She needs to get nerfed. That's, no,
never.
That is not happening.
I drafted Medusa once in a captain's mode draft in my solo queue, and my team got so mad. They didn't talk to me the entire game.
I drafted her once, too.
Yeah.
My team was like, oh, nice, Dusa.
Yeah, but then they wanted to play aggressive after I drafted her.
Okay.
So it was a disaster. And, of course, they blamed me for picking a stupid hero. But, you know, it could have worked. We just had to play around.
Yeah, that's true. But that's the thing. You have to play around her. You have to draft around her. You have to make sure she fits against the opponent's lineup. I mean, I guess that's the same about a lot of heroes, but at the same time, she's like very specific. You need to make sure they don't have any mana burns. Like, you don't, and you need to make sure that she can actually have space to farm. You need to make sure that your fours are creating enough space. You need to make sure that.
How do you like Midas on her?
It's okay. It's not
okay.
that bad.
Like, should she have gotten Midas this game, do you think?
It would have been about the same.
Yeah.
Like 30% attack speed is so. It's mediocre. She's gonna be locked down most of the time, anyways. Man, it would have been like slightly riskier, but it would have paid off more. It's just whatever.
HGT will realize they're in Roche, but unfortunately it'll come about just a bit too late. Medusa scouts at the illusions right as they finish it up, so NE will grab second Roche completely uncontested, and the second Aegis does go to Lifestealer. So rather unfortunate for HGT. I think they really could have made a hold there if they were more...
Zip in on Shiki. He doesn't have the Aegis.
Doom's in some trouble. He does have the ultimate up. He has a BKB as well. Will burn that 10-second charge, and it'll be enough to keep him alive. Timbersaw. He's going in now on the Visage. He turns around with the nuke. And
now that Lifestealer's here, they have to back.
Yeah.
Yeah, or at least wait for the cooldowns. Storm doesn't have that much mana. He's at like half mana. Now they're in a good position. They're like up the hill, and Doom's BKB is down, and Manta's back up. So I think they're in a good position to fight right now, but they don't have to force it. They can also wait and just let Dusa get huge. In a vacuum, they're about even, but Lifestealer is 3,500 net worth behind the Medusa, and on top of that, Medusa can just rock Lifestealer's team. Lifestealer like has to kill the Dusa early on in the fight.
Yep. Timbersaw, he will Timber Chain away. He tries to port out, but gets turned into a little piggy. That's a piggy with a hat. What was that? That's so funny looking.
Look at Venomancer too.
Yep. Venomancer taking a lot of damage. Though that Ghost Scepter will buy him some time. Medusa with the ultimate on. Veno will fall, but she will secure the kill on the Visage. Will get out the Familiars as well. Buyback coming from the Veno. The Disruption will buy them some time on Shiki, and they secure the kill. This Dusa is starting to hurt. That split shot just scraping up the opposition. Crystal Maiden falls, and they burn the Aegis as well. They should be able to get another kill onto the Lifestealer. Nature's Prophet in the fray as well. Nope, there's the Rage poured out, but Nature's Prophet won't be so lucky.
This game is very close to being over, though, after that one fight, because they lost 5 heroes, Aegis, 4 heroes plus Aegis, for 0. And this is before Medusa has her next big item too. So once she gets her butterfly, she's going to be nigh invincible. The thing about Doom is she doesn't actually care about Doom. If she has her split shot on, mana shield on, as well as her manta activated, and she used her stone gaze, then she doesn't care. She's just going to do so much damage that they're going to die trying to kill her during Doom. So now, and then they have to worry about the Storm too. Storm will have a Scythe of Ice. He's just going to town on everybody. Lifestealer looks like he's in a lot of trouble. He does have Rage up. Oh, he is.
Oh, he'll turn it around. 1-1-1-1. Ends up being a bit of a feat, a close call. He almost secures the kill on Lifestealer.
So much for that. He had like 300 HP.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just underestimated the armlet.
Yeah. Well, Timber saw now. He's going to come in. Timber Chain secures the kill.
Or maybe he just knew that Timber was going to clean up.
At least he gets some cleanup. Yeah. He will Timber Chain away. Uh-oh, Doom ports forward.
Nicely played. He did not go the obvious route. Had he gone that obvious route, then Doom would have been able to catch him off.
Now Alex, he ports in. He'll use the sheep stick.
Whoa, there, buddy.
Oh, Alex, did they have an interrupt? No, nor did they have the damage to finish him off.
If she manted maybe and had split shot off, it would have been pretty close.
It definitely would have been a close call. Now AA, he's in some trouble and he will fall. So now Annie just getting picked apart at this point.
This is ugly.
Gold Graph now in the Radiant's favor. Experience way in their favor. It's about 10,000, and Medusa over 6,000 gold.
Lifestealer has an Abyssal right now, but he can't get to Medusa. Yeah. Like if he rides into Doom, like they're most likely still gonna lose the team fight. So yeah, it's nice in concept, but at the same time he's not as farmed as the Medusa.
I don't know about the Abyssal pickup here. I mean, Abyssal is obviously best against BKB. There's no BKB on the HGT side. Even if
they want to be able to lock down Medusa during Doom.
Yeah, but it's just.
What other item would you prefer though? The thing is, he's just too underfarmed. He needs one more item, like an SNY or a Halberd on top of that. Then he'd be fine. But he doesn't have the farm.
Yeah, I mean, I guess either of those would be okay. I was thinking almost just an Assault Karas wouldn't be the worst idea.
He's okay.
Yeah, get some raw damage, get a little bit of armor against the right clicks from the Medusa. I don't know. That'd be the item of choice.
He would lifesteal like a decent amount if he were able to attack Medusa, but he just can't get close.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is shaping up to be a pretty like heavy in favor of HGT now. They're like already pushing the T3s. The gold graph isn't that big of a difference, 4,000, but just the momentum shift in the last 5 minutes post Aegis has been really ridiculous. And Medusa still hasn't died yet this game. And now she has split shot, she has manta images, she has shadow demon images. Look at this tower just melt. They're forced to use glyph.
Yeah, she's a machine at this point. Doom hops forward. They might be able to grab their first kill onto Medusa. The ultimate comes out, but the Radiant Mech is used as well. There's the defensive disruption. Crystal Maiden will be the first to fall. They're trying to buy Johnny some time. Still a good bit of time on the Doom ultimate.
Medusa's...
But she'll just stand her ground. The damage has been done. Visage secures the kill and finally finishes her off. But at what cost? That'll be 4 members of Team NE.
That was about as good an initiate they're going to get to. Like a Blink Doom with BKB and Rage before she pops her Stone Gaze, and still they weren't able to win the team fight. They're going to lose the Rax. That is GG. So Medusa actually wins the game, and that was pretty exciting.
Yeah.
I must say, like as far as Medusa games go, we're on par with 1 kill a minute, almost exactly. And I think it was very well played by HGT, and I don't really see anything that NE could have done that much better. They had a very good early game advantage. They killed the Timbersaw, they rotated and killed the Storm. They didn't gank Dusa, but at the same time, they killed most of the other people, so they couldn't create space. So like there weren't any huge glaring errors. They took out both Roshans, and I think like the Lifestealer getting caught that one time, like at the T1 without Rage and just like having to wrap around behind. Like there were some small mistakes. But
well, they killed the Space Creators, but they didn't even try to pressure the Medusa. I mean, it's not like they even rotated in. I think they could have utilized the Doom ultimate before she had Lincolns to try and set up a kill at least a couple of times, where Doom had the ultimate available and he's just farming away in mid trying to get his Vanguard. And Dusa's just solo farming down bottom. They could have pressured her a little harder.
That's true, but their decision was to instead pressure by pushing. So it's not that bad. Like they didn't kill the Dusa, but they still got a lot out of it. They limited the space that their team could farm. But I actually think like the Venomancer did a very good job of creating space by dying and laying wards in the first I
It's a
see.
weird thing to say, but it's true. He
Yeah,
was in the front lines.
They popped 2 smokes too. The Timbersaw popped the smoke, so did the Venomancer. As soon as they got the Blink Dagger, so they just did a very good job of protecting their Medusa, and that's a very good 4 Protect 1 executed by HGT.
Yeah, and yeah, I guess Medusa, as you said, Medusa actually wins a game. Well, would you look at that?
She did well. I mean, it was a good draft in retrospect. Like when I was looking, I'm like, what Medusa? But the way they played it is very interesting, though. They like created so much space for Lincoln's Manta and then fight, and then they don't have any AoE to deal with anything, and they have the defensive disrupt too for Shadow Demon scales really well with the images.
Yeah,
So
that's true. That's
Cool.
very true. So they had the tools to deal with Doom. HGT secured the first game in this best-of-2 series. We'll get that next lobby up, and our second game of the night will be underway momentarily. I'm Zyori. With me tonight is Merlini. You're watching Day 2 of the Chinese qualifiers for Starladder Season 9. Don't go anywhere because coverage resumes in just a minute.